Hello students, lesson number 6, composition of matter. Under this lesson, today we are going to see the next part of our lesson, and the part is this. Let us understand compounds. As you know that when two atoms come together, two or more atoms come together, then it forms a compound. It may be same element or different element, then it is called as a what? Compound. While studying matter, we have seen that element is a type of a matter. Element is a type of a matter having simple composition. Having simple composition means any element you take. It may be Ag, means it's silver. It's a silver. It may be Au, it is aurum, that is gold. It may be hydrogen, it may be nitrogen. So these are the atoms. So what they told you while studying matter, means what we studied matter now. In last lecture we had studied the matter. So we seen that element is type of a matter, means hydrogen, that is silver, gold and nitrogen. These are the types of matter having simple composition. Any element you take, its composition is very simple. On inspection of the composition of the types of compound and mixture, it is learned that they are formed from two or more units. Okay, so what they told you on inspection of the composition of types of compound. So when they are doing the study of the types of compounds and mixture, it is learned that, means they learned that they are formed, means who are formed, that compound or mixture, they are formed from two or more units. For example, suppose I will take example is the H2O. Okay, so in H2O, that you know that it is our water. Daily we are means it is our life. Water is our life. So it is made up of what? Hydrogen, one more hydrogen and one oxygen, means two hydrogens and one oxygen. What happens? They form a molecule of water. Understand what they told you here? So here is the word, that is on inspection of composition of types of compound and mixture, we learned that they are formed from two or more units. So in water inside, 3 units are there. 2 units are hydrogen and 1 unit is oxygen. Whether these units are in joint state, means suppose this is oxygen, and here it is hydrogen and here it is hydrogen. This is hydrogen, this is hydrogen, this is oxygen. Means they are joint state with each other or separate decides. Okay, or sometimes it is joint state of how it is water molecule, it is in the joint state. But NaCl, that is our sodium chloride, means the salt that we are using, it is also, this is Na, it is separately, it is there, but it is together. So NaCl, in that way they are present. So whether the units are joint state with each other or separate, it decide the matter is a compound or it is a mixture. Okay, it decides, means they are joined together each other or they are separate from each other. It decides it is a compound or a mixture. Okay, so here, so from this above, water and salt is the what? It is a compound. Take 2 evaporating dishes. Here activity given. Take 2 evaporating dishes. Take 7 grams of iron fillings in first dish and 4 grams of sulfur in the second dish. Take horseshoe shaped magnet near the matter both the dishes and observe. Transfer the entire iron filling into the first dish to the second. Stir with the glass rod. Observe by taking the horseshoe magnet near the matter. Also observe the color of matter. Now heat the matter in second dish for a while. Let it cool and observe color change, if any, in the matter, and observe whether there is any effect of the horseshoe shaped magnet on it, and record your observation. So this is the activity given. Okay, and in that activity what we have to take? We have to take, first of all, here 7 grams of iron fillings. Here we have to take iron fillings. Okay. In second evaporating dish, we have to take the sulfur. Okay. And first, that horseshoe shaped magnet is there. We have to take near to this. As you know that ion will get attracted towards the horseshoe shaped magnet. If you take this same horseshoe shaped magnet near the sulfur powder, then what happens? Each sulfur powder get attracted towards the magnet? Yes? No. Why? Because it is not a magnetic substance. So which are the magnetic substance? As I told you, these are, last year it was there for you, I think, magnesium, cobalt and the nickel. These iron, magnesium and cobalt, these are the what substances which attract, which are the magnetic substances, iron and the cobalt. These are the magnetic substances. Okay, they get attracted towards the magnet. Now in third dish inside, what we had done, we have to put this, now put sulfur powder and iron fillings together. Once we keep it here, just provide heat to it. Okay, when we provide heat to it for some time, what happens? Let it cool. Okay, and then you just take the again magnet towards the what, that powder. Then what is your observation that we have to record? Okay, so now we will see the activity which is given in our textbook, and then we will discuss on it.
Compound is a chemical substance that has different properties than those of the individual elements that form it. Let us make a chemical compound from iron and sulfur to understand this. We need iron filings and sulfur powder. Take about 5 parts of iron filings and 3 parts of sulfur powder by weight and use a pestle to crush the two together. Now take equal amount of this mixture in 2 crucibles.
They mix the sulfur powder and iron fillings, and they are providing
Keep one
heat to
aside
one.
while heating the other. Heat the mixture strongly. After some time, you will notice that a compound is formed that is black in color. Now, if you take a magnet to the 2 crucibles, you notice the magnet attracts the iron filings from the mixture, but not from the compound, because iron has lost its properties on combining with sulfur to form iron sulfide. Notice both the mixture and the compound have different textures. If you add some acid to the compound, you will smell hydrogen sulfide gas coming out of it, which is not seen with the other mixture. So in the first case, the elements were mixed, but they formed a heterogeneous mixture and the components maintained their original properties. But in the second case, the elements combined with each other and formed a new compound called iron sulfide, which had properties different from iron or sulfur. So this is another pure substance with distinct texture and color.
Now you saw the what this activity which is given in our textbook, and from this what we are understanding, you understand that the mixture is a heterogeneous mixture, but the elements which are present in the mixture, they have what happens, they have their own properties. But when that person, what happens, he is mixing sulfur powder and the iron fillings together, they provide heat to it, then what it forms, the hydrogen sulfide it forms, and it is a compound, and it does not show the property of iron and the sulfur both. It forms a different only compound from this both. So here iron fillings and sulfur powder, when mixed together, then what is the color of matter? That is yellow, and the which black color of the both are same. Effect of magnet, what happens, the iron fillings get attracted towards the magnet, iron fillings attracted towards the magnet. Next, iron fillings and sulfur in the dish were heated together. Okay, if we heat together, color of the substance, you seen that here it was black. Okay, here blackish or black, yellowish, and black and yellow both colors are what having shows. Here black color is there, and here magnet effect, there is a no effect of magnet on the mixture on the compound. So in above activity, on tasting the matter obtained by mixing ions, fillings and sulfur with a horseshoe shaped magnet, it was found that the resulting matter was a mixture of iron and sulfur. It is a mixture of iron and the sulfur, and possess properties of both compounds. Means which both compounds? Iron and sulfurs. Means iron get attracted towards the what? Towards the magnet. So some particles are were yellow, they were sulfurs, and some particles were black and they were iron particles. Okay, they were iron particles. The property of iron particles to get attracted towards magnet was unchanged. What they told you, the property of iron particles that is attracted towards the magnet was unchanged. Means properties in mixture, the properties of the elements, what happens, remains the same. In other word, the component iron and sulfurs were free state in that matter. One, on the contrary, when iron filings and sulfur were heated together and cooled, there was no effect of magnet, and the characteristics of yellow color of sulfur was happened, it was disappeared. Now you seen that in that activity what happens, the color was black, so the sulfur's color was disappear in the compound. From this we understand that the matter formed in above activity is different from the original components. So which were the original components? The original components were which? Iron and the sulfur, and the compound which is formed, its properties are different from the original ones. Means the color of sulfur was changed in the change after heating, and same the magnetic property of iron also what happens, change after heating the mixture. A chemical combination took place, iron and the sulfur, due to heating in the above activity. The chemical combination took place between iron and sulfur due to heating of the activity. The atom of iron and sulfur becomes joined. Okay, the iron and sulfur atom become joined, and a chemical bond to form a molecule of a new compound, and that compound is the hydrogen sulfide. Okay, understand till that? Now we will see the next part of our lesson, molecular formula and the valency. There is a definite proportion of constituent element in compound. There is a definite proportion of constituent element in a compound. Certain number of atom of constituent elements are joined to each other in a molecule and form a compound. Okay, so what they told you, for example, suppose we will take the H2O's example. So certain number of the constituent elements. So which are the constituent elements in this? Hydrogen and the oxygen, and they join to each other in a molecule of a compound. Suppose this is our oxygen, and as you know that here is oxygen and here it is a hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen. So this type of compound it forms, and molecular formula indicates that number of atoms. So H2O inside, if you see here in the figure, I join the two hydrogens with the oxygen. So this is the arrangement of the molecules in a H2O. Okay, these two hydrogen atoms attached to the or joined to the one oxygen atom by chemical bonds. So here molecular formula indicates the number of atoms, means H2O. If I will write here H2O, so it is 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. If I will write here NaCl, that is our common salt, Na, 1 sodium and 1 chlorine, means it indicates 1 sodium, means sodium chloride inside, 1 sodium atom is there and 1 chlorine atom is present. If I will take example of sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. So it indicates that it has 2 hydrogens, 1 sulfur and 4 oxygen atoms in the compound in the compound of H2SO4. So in that way, what they told you, this molecular formula indicates the number of atoms of each of the constituent element present in one molecule of a compound. A molecular formula includes information regarding the symbols of all the constituent elements and their respective number and as a subscription. Here what they told you, so suppose I will write here NaCl. So it indicates that they told you molecular formula indicate information regarding, means which information it shows, the symbol of the all constituents, means which constituents are there in the NaCl, sodium and the chlorine. So its symbols are there, Na for sodium and chlorine for Cl for chlorine, and their respective number, means one sodium and one chlorine, it is present in sodium chloride as a means this all the information who provides us the molecular formula of a compound. Okay, now molecular formula of some compounds are given in the following table. Use this, fill the gaps in the table. Okay, now here it is water. As we all knows, the formula of molecular formula of water is H2O. H2O. So in H2O, which constituent elements are present? Hydrogen and oxygen. So how many hydrogens are there? If you see here, 2 hydrogens are there and 1 oxygen is there. Same with the hydrochloric acid. It's how many hydrogen, which constituent elements are present in it? First is hydrogen, second is chlorine, H and Cl. How many hydrogens are present? 1 hydrogen is present and 1 chlorine atom is present in hydrogen chloride. Next it is the methane. Which constituent elements are there? C for carbon and H for hydrogen. How many carbons are present? 1 carbon is present and H4 written here, means how many hydrogens are present in it? That is 4 hydrogens are present in methane. Magnesium chloride. Which constituent elements are there? Mg for magnesium and chlorine for chloride, Cl for chlorine. So how many magnesiums are there? 1 magnesium is there and 2 chlorine atoms are present in magnesium chloride. So from this, what we can, from molecular formula, we find the constituent elements also and number of atoms also present in the compound. Okay, now note down this, all of you. Now we have seen the relationship between molecular formula and number of atoms, various elements of a various element in a molecule. So here we saw the relationship between the molecular formula and the number of atoms of various element in molecule. So here MgCl2 inside, magnesium and chlorine is there. So 1 magnesium atom and 2 chlorine atoms are present in the magnesium chloride. The ability of joining to another atom of a chemical bond is the chemical property of each atom. Okay, so each atom, it will combine with how many atoms of the other element it is also, or how many chemical bond it will form with the another atom. It is also what happens deciding, it is what happens, ability, how much is the ability to combine with the other atoms, it is decided from its molecular number. This ability indicated by a number, and the number is called as a valence electron. That it is denoted by a number, and this number is called as a valency of the atom. Okay, so if Mg joins with 2 chlorine atom, means magnesium's ability has to join 2 chlorine atoms. It shows that in an atom forms and many chemical bond with other atom as it's a valency. Generally, valence of element remains constant in the various compounds. Okay, in the various compound the valency remains same, and this part of the lesson we will see in our next lecture. So today we will stop here only, and all of you complete this above activity, and with this all of you understand the this experiment also, and all of you learn the definitions yesterday's I told you so many definitions are there, and in exam each definition carries 1 mark. So today we'll stop here only. Okay, thank